If you want to get wealth without working for it at all, join African politics.
Zambia, like any other African country, has seen a growing number of corrupt reports perpetuated by office bearers at the expense of suffering low-income earners. Fighting corruption in Zambia has for a long time been a talk show where government leaders commit themselves to ending the vice while watching it escalating. For example, in an interview with a US-based media house, Bloomberg, in April 2019, former Finance Minister Margaret Monakatwe cited the Public Finance Management Act as a tool to be used to fight corruption.
To ensure that public funds in the main are kept for public utility. So, for example, in Zambia, the regulation is such that it is becoming more and more stringent and more difficult to steal or to be corrupt. So once found now with the act that we put in place, the Public Finance Management Act, it is actually taking to task corruption and misappropriation, misapplication, and also just stealing from public funds.
According to Transparency International Zambia 2020 Auditor General's report analysis, it was found that wasteful expenditure was 1,418,000,000 kwacha, a figure 33 times higher than the amount allocated to Social Welfare Department in 2021 budget. Governance activist McDonald Chipenzi is of the view that corruption should not be used as a tool to suppress the poor in society, and it should be followed up even at State House, as no one is above the law.
Corruption has killed more people than COVID combined. Because when people are corrupt, there will be no drugs in the hospital. The roads, we have seen how short the roads sometimes are. It has built today. Tomorrow, it's already brittled.
The Financial Intelligence Center report for 2021 has equally cited lawyers as having been one of the main culprits in the syndicate of corruption.
We have we not, stories of lawyers being cited in the trend reports by the Financial Intelligence Center for being possible architects or accomplices in corruption and money laundering activities.
If Zambia has sufficient laws such as the Public Finance Management Act and agencies like the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) and the Drug Enforcement Commission (DEC) to fight corruption, then the question every citizen is asking is, where are we missing it? President Hakainde Hichilema, since assuming office last year, has passionately talked about the stinking corruption in the procurement process.
How individuals can be so greedy, right, at the expense of citizens. It's unacceptable. Fuel procurement, fertilizer procurement. For you Zambians, when the fertilizer could be bought at $450 per ton, we were buying it at $1,200 per ton, with full knowledge of the people who buy. So do you have to guess what the motivation was? You don't have to. Zero tolerance to corruption, that will save resources, that will put in the economy, grow the economy, create jobs, and pay for our children in school, and all of that.
Continuous advocacy and engagement by civil societies and the citizen is key if the fight against corruption is to be won. It is for this reason that the strengthened accountability networks among civil societies, SANCAS, project by Transparency International Zambia with funding from the European Union, was recently launched so as to bring up conversations around public finance management and the contentious Public Procurement Act, respectively. Mweya Mukumbuta, Movie TV News, Livingstone.